Alright, so this was a build-around submission for Knight of the Reliquary here. This is a card that was added via a historic anthology, and this is definitely what I would constitute a fan favorite card. So 2/2 for 3 gets 1/1 for each land card in your graveyard, and you can sacrifice a forest or plains and tap it to search your library for any land card and put it onto the battlefield, and then shuffle your library. This is a really hard card to make playable in historic, and I'm not sure that we've necessarily succeeded here today, but we're gonna try. Without Onslaught or Pay Life fetch lands, this card struggles to be a good aggressive tool, which is where, historically speaking, it's shown in other formats. I've paired it here today as a ramp card to help us. Something to keep in mind with this card is Knight of the Reliquary can be temporary ramp, so you can float mana with your plains or forest, sacrifice it, and then get an untapped land. So you can go like Grazer on 1, Knight on 2, 5-drop on 3. We're also playing Scapeshift, which can make our Knight large by sacrificing a bunch of lands. Because we're playing Scapeshift, we got a number of copies of Field of the Dead here. We've got a whole slew of different utility lands: Ghost Quarter, Field of Ruin, Blast Zone, Arc, Castle Garenbrig, Secluded Steppe, Memorial, Castle Ardenvale, etc. that we can search up. I almost had Uro in this deck, but I was like looking at it and the mana was just cleaner without a third splash, and there weren't really other blue cards I wanted other than Uro, so I elected to just try and build a straight green-white deck here. I've got Shatter as well as Realm-Cloaked Giant as an extra threat. I've got Beanstalk Giant as an extra threat. I think Swift Response is actually a pretty good removal spell in general in this format for non-black-white controlling decks. I think, for example, when we revisit Jeskai Control, that's in the deck queue, and I rebuild it, I'm probably going to include some copies of this card, just like pretty reasonable 2-mana instant speed removal spell. We gained Explore from Jumpstart, so let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this. I don't know how good or bad it's going to be, but we're going to give it a try. My water is trying to kill me, chat. Excuse me. Kokobe, thank you for the 3/4 of a year. Brad with the 2/3. Monster Gross, thank you for the 3/4 of a year as well. Howdy, howdy, folks. How is Jeskai? Jeskai is very reasonable. I think the Feather deck's super competitive in this format. And thanks, Mono. Well, Beals, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Shatter in the sky. Retreat to Korahum would be a sweet one. Big agree with that. Big agree with that. So they can cleave through this, but then I just put Shatter back on top of my deck. Oh, that milled another Cavalier. Deal. This hits an untapped land. We get to Scapeshift this turn. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whee! I think the Cavalier cycle is awesome. I think the Cavalier cycle really hit the power level nail on the head. Like the original Titan cycle was a little overtuned, and the Cavalier cycle really feels like a fixed set of those. I don't think this is a Devout Decree matchup. I think Baffling End and the extra Shatter sound good here, though. Bojuka Bog is not useful against the girl deck. You mean just the green one? All of the Titans were pretty good in Standard. They were pretty pushed in Standard. You're right that only the green one largely makes an impact outside of that, though. I feel like the Cavaliers did a better job in Standard of being playable without being overbearing. What am I trimming here? I think 30 lands is about the floor. Maybe Beanstalk Giant's just too slow. This hand needs to draw some lands, but we're a 30-land deck on the draw with a Scry, which naturally means we're guaranteed to miss our third land drop on 3, but the spells in this hand are good, so I'm definitely keeping it. Well, I mean, you know, does that count as missing a land drop? What do we think? Can I get a judge ruling on that? We have 3 lands on 3, but we missed with the Explorer. That counts? Okay, I feel you. I appreciate it. So we'll Swift Response the bird here, and then we'll get to untap and Shatter. Look at my incredibly castable Cavalier of Thorns, chat. At least they also have nothing, right? Man, man, that's good. Dead in 5 to Clothis. Reyes, thanks for the 16 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Look, we're not happy about this play, but it's the one we've got, okay, chat? Can we race the God of Destiny? Knight of the Reliquary thinks so. I mean, this is +6, right? Alright, Stream Decker should be updated now. White Down, thanks for the 2 months. Welcome back. Fumbled a little bit, they flooded a little bit. You know, tale is old as magic. Ready to miss again? Born ready. What cards of the format make you want Swift Response over Steal Away? Just the ability for my opponent to interact with it. Are there 32 lands in our main deck? Or 31? It's at least 31. I know we're over 50%. 31, got it. Seems like exiling is relevant. Show your work. Please explain. Nah, I didn't update shit. Thank you. We did the state of the game in between the two decks that just threw off my normal checklist. Uro Croxa Cat for 1. I'm timing you out for suggesting Seal Away is useful against Cat, because that's just some hot nonsense. Leave in Shatter and Realm-Cloak against their ramp deck, I think. None of these other cards seem very good. Gonna bring in our extra threats and our Viviens. They played a 6-mana 6/6 and you died. What year is it? The year where Land Screw still exists. We've got huge tracts of land, chat. It's glorious. So next turn, if we hit a land, we can go Knight into Scapeshift. So we'll float 6 creature mana here. So this way, if Cavalier hits an untapped land, I can cast Knight of the Reliquary. Right, that's still a card. Got it. No, this is post-board. We stumbled and died in game 1. Yep. Yep. That's why, it's funny. So this is a good example for people that didn't see my poll on Twitter this morning. I tweeted this out, and it's very fitting as a result of that game. Because that game really fits my play experience so far in this format. Should Field of the Dead be banned in Historic? If you'd like to vote, here's the Twitter URL. Your options are no or I haven't played Historic. Because honestly, like, the people that think Field of the Dead are too good in this format, they either have bad magic heuristics or they haven't really been playing the format. Because, like, the Ugin Nissa ramp decks are so much better than Field of the Dead ramp in this format. Like, yes, Field of the Dead was good in Temur Reclamation because it was something Temur of the Reclamation got to do for free, basically. But, like, yeah. Makes me chuckle. Oh, I had someone get salty enough over that tweet that they made multiple alternate Twitter accounts just to tweet more stupid stuff at me for me to subsequently block. People have way too much time on their hands. Why are people like this, Jeff? Who knows? People were a mistake. Humans are a mistake. Please nerf. How is Just Guy for their day? Excellent. Well, I was hoping to hit a land there and then Scapeshift, but here we are. You should be able to stop people from commenting on your Twitter accounts if their accounts are X days old or less. I don't know if that's an option, is it? I should check that out. Oh, yeah, I did updates to my website this morning, and I think that URL changed. Alright, I'll just delete it. If you go to my website and click Historic Decks, the link works. I added tags to the deck pages and had to... No, it's fixed now, it's just the URL's slightly different. Because of the way I restructured some things on the site. Got a few different utility lands here. We got Field, we've got Castle, and we've got Arch of Orazca. Lovely wife. Thank you for fixing my screen.
Is it?
It's so nice to have fresh air.
See, are you feeling cold over there?
Yeah, it feels good.
I forgot that I was gonna make chili today, and now I'm really tilted because it's too late now.
Make it tomorrow. By holding off on standard submissions until after rotation, depends on the results of the sub-survey, which I should probably be plugging more to remind people to go to.
I mean, how many responses do we have?
How many responses do we have? There are currently 630 responses, and I currently have 2,200 subscribers. Come on, chat, vote.
That's like way less
than it's important, chat. Go vote.
Yeah, the fresh air.
Looks like currently have 55% of people want us to revisit standard before rotation, so we probably will. Unless this changes drastically, we'll revisit standard. When we do revisit standard, it won't be until after the historic open, though.
Do you have a survey committee?
No, because you need to be a sub to fill it out.
I mean, technically you don't have to, but you want the
No, I filter out non-subs. That's why I asked them to put their name in. You can do a quick reference and filter out people that aren't subs that respond.
Can't you give them...
Because it's more work.
It's already in there.
That's a different survey. Yeah, there's not a survey link because you need to get it from the subs Discord. It also encourages people to get in the subs Discord.
The subs Discord's awesome. We have an amazing community.
Am I scape shifting again? I feel like the answer is no, and I'm just like using my tokens for now.
Running out of time.
No, Magic Arena gives you infinite time. It's way too much.
Then why was but your thingies?
Yeah, it's like forever though. And I have a timeout too. CPU, thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. When did the survey go out? Last night. Gives a fluff. Thanks for continuing your sub gift. I appreciate that. I think they're going to make a big shark here. Hopefully they do it inside a combat, and then we can Realm-Cloaked Giant and clean up. I feel like Shark or like Thassa's Intervention has to be the only things they'd shock for, right? I wonder if I want I wonder if I want that really expensive, not quite Maze of Ith. Some people don't get emails from Twitch. If you don't have emails enabled in your Twitch settings, you can find a link to it in the announcements channel in the subs Discord, though. Yeah, if you weren't subbed last night, if you weren't an active sub last night, you didn't get the email. I think I'm actually out of basics. It's a short survey at least, T-Hunter. Jep surveys are not WotC surveys. They respect your time. Yep. And someone asked about number of Runeterra people last month versus this month. Yeah, that's something I'm going to take a look at, too. I just clicked through the end of turn there. Damn it. Well, I should have one more card in my hand, but I don't. As I was filling it out, I remembered the educational segment last time, how indifferent is a yes vote. Indifferent is a whatever's more popular vote. How long after you sub should take for the sub Discord to show up on Discord? Up to 2 hours. I'll refresh it manually now for you. Sync. Alright, sub-surveys all sunk up. I mean, so something Magic players often don't understand, or card game players, I guess, is long surveys aren't inherently bad. They're just tedious. Like, doing a longer survey, having a longer survey doesn't necessarily mean your survey is awful. Is something that's important to understand. So they're gonna get to make a 5/5 shark here. Yeah, I should definitely add a maze to the mana base. This is I would have liked to have Scapeshifted into a maze here. I didn't see MTGO content. Is that gone for good? Yeah, I'm not planning to revisit MTGO at this time. The MTGO content's just slow and tedious. If I'm being honest, it's not even about the MTGO content. It's not even just about the MTGO content being like bad graphics. It's the fact that it just takes forever to play games. Like, we're lucky if we play 5 matches in a league in 2 hours on Moto. It's just not super engaging content, in my opinion. Wonder if they'll bounce Knight here. Yeah, when Pioneer comes to Magic Arena, we'll definitely explore that on here. Yeah, at this point, and like I tracked it, like Runeterra has less viewers than Arena still for my Runeterra content, but it had similar to Moto. And if I'm being honest, I just enjoy playing Runeterra way more than Magic Online. So I also like the idea of diversifying my content a little bit outside of just Wizards of the Coast Sphere, if I'm being honest. What utility lands do I want to keep? I think I want to keep my Ark and my castle here. Yeah, I agree with that assessment too. The Runeterra audience growth potential is much higher than Moto audience growth potential. I only have 3 Field of the Deads in this deck, which could also maybe be a mistake. Silliest Putty, thanks for the 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. The Moto growth potential is probably negative. Yeah, you're not wrong. I have Ghost Quarter for when that flips at least.
All your fears are given form.
Wonder if they'll flip this and force me to Ghost Quarter. Or if they'll leave it until they find like a Field of Rune. But it looks to be playing blue-black control. It just has, it's playing Zagoth Triumphs to cycle them. Seems neat. What's going on, Lucos? Yeah, we've had all right sets. Jeskai Feather's a really reasonable archetype. Eldest Reborn. There's a blast from the past. So do they Ashiok downtick on my zombie, Eldest Reborn, kill? Because Ashiok on my zombie takes the Swift response out of my hand too. And then they hit me to 1.
Recoil to the recess of your mind.
Yep. This is game 1, yep. And Ashiok. Well, they just have Narset them in. Oh, they can get my stuff too. Yeah, good call. It is not Conquer's Death. It's been a while, chat. Thank you. Nice, Beansy. Remember the 16th is going to be probably a longer stream too. Hooray for bands! Thanks for the half a year. Ulrich, welcome back.
All your
Rough. So we've got some shatters left in our deck at this point. So I think the play here is chump with my human, draw with Arc, try and find a shatter. We're not out of the woodwork yet. We're not in the clear, but at least I'm out of basics, so this doesn't get anything, unfortunately. Only have 4 basics in my deck. They're all in my graveyard. I'm at 11 cards. I think we're just gonna deck, chat. It's so unfortunate. So if I would have cracked the Memorial to Glory, I could have hit Ashiok to a part. Oh, this is sitting on 3-2. Yeah, we're dead. Yeah, we're dead. All right. Got some extra threats for the control matchup. Okay, I think I'm bored to get a Containment Priest as a flash 2-2. Alright, let's do it. How's Historic been? I mean, to like clear an incredibly low bar, it's been much, much better. Priest does stop the Eldest Reborn's third trigger. You're not wrong. For creatures explicitly. Does not stop it for planeswalkers. Kenya! Thanks for the half a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. And again, just to talk about ramp variations, if you think about that game we just played, Field of the Dead was something my opponent's deck handled very easily. However, Ugin and Ulamog likely would have stuffed them in a box, right? There's a good chance their deck would not have been competitive against Ugin and Ulamog that last game. I feel like the people who want this card gone from this format just really have not actually played this format. I feel like taking Knight there probably means they have another discard spell. With this land draw, I'm going to play out the Forest here and cycle this Triome. Thief of Sanity. Cute. No, people want Field of the Dead Band. Because they are whiny babies. People complaining about cards like Field of the Dead really do a disservice when there's cards like Teferi that existed in the format. It's like when people complained about Carnage Tyrant being too good. It's like, what are you doing? Stop it. Yeah, opponent's playing like blue-black's greatest hits over there. It's pretty sweet. I'm expecting this to get countered. Because, like, they knew Vivien and this were in hand. And then they didn't take either. I'm electing to Realm Cloak as opposed to Vivien here. Because if I Vivien down tick on the Thief and they cycle and make a 2/2 Shark, the Shark attacks and kills my Vivien, which I don't want. Yeah, Realm Cloak. Eldred in general had a lot of good animations in it. Oh gosh, they milled my Forest. Maybe I want a 5th basic in this deck. What do you think makes Historic better equipped to deal with Field of the Dead than Standard or Pioneer? Well, your question there implies that you think Field of the Dead should have been banned in those other formats. And my response to that assertion is it shouldn't have been. There are a ton of great cards such as Questing Beast and Virulent Plague and Witch's Vengeance and various sweepers. With Pioneer stuff coming soon, we're going to get extra tools like Declaration in Stone. And that's even before you get into the fact that there's a whole slew of aggressive and combo decks in this format that just get under Field of the Dead. The fact that Field of the Dead is banned in Pioneer is beyond stupid. It's just completely beyond words stupid. Ugin's another absurd answer. I talked about this earlier, but I don't even think Field of the Dead is the best ramp payoff in this format. I think Ugin and Ulamog are the better ramp cards by a lot. Arena is getting Deck in Stone. Pioneer is coming to Arena for people that haven't kept up. Eventually, all cards that are legal in Pioneer will be legal on Arena. We'll be getting Pioneer Masters later this year. That will be the first injection of Pioneer staples. The problem with Field of Dead and Standard was getting end step Scapeshifted. They banned Field after Scapeshift rotated, I'm pretty sure, right? Could someone check my timeline on that? Does Historic have any cards outside of Pioneer currently? Yeah, a bunch of them. It has Jumpstart cards, and it has various cards from Historic anthologies. Yeah, they banned Field after Oko. Yep.
Okay, so you've got claws.
I think I just keep taking this up here. She's gonna get to draw 2 more cards. Sick. And this threatens to block a Shark. M20 meta was really not fun, though. That's super subjective. In my opinion, the M20 format was actually very reasonable, sans obvious stains like Teferi, in large part due to the fact that Vampires was a tier 1 aggro deck. I'm also definitely a little biased in that assertion because I loved playing Yarok Field during that time, but I do think the M20 standard format ticked most of the boxes that I think you would want to tick to describe an objectively good standard format. I don't think I'm scape-shifting here. I can make a token at end of turn. I guess if I get double spot removal, I'm going to be sad I didn't scape-shift. And scape-shift could find me some other good utility lands. They shocked in a land, so I feel like they have a big shark here. But the big shark shouldn't be lethal, right? It's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's only 14. It's been okay, Seth. I'm not sure if Field of the Dead's actually super competitive in this format. The control decks have an easier time playing against Field of the Dead than they do playing against Ugins and Ulamogs. If they have like I don't think that's good enough. I need something that deals with these sharks. If they go like end step shark, untap cry, we just die, right? Oh, my basics are dead. 'Cause I forgot my basics are dead. It's been a long game. Again, just like fantastic example of if my deck was playing better ramp payoffs, we'd probably be better off. I'm gonna give this one more try, but I'm not convinced there's something competitive here. I don't think Knight of the Reliquary is a historic playable card unless they give us something like Retreat to Coral Helm to combo kill with it. Without the pay 1 life fetch lands, Knight of the Reliquary just really doesn't have a good home. Is Retreat to Coral Helm Pioneer legal? Does anybody know? It is, right? That's I forget what set that's in. So we'll get it eventually. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think when we get Retreat to Coral Helm, Knight's probably worth revisiting as far as a combo deck goes, but I think, like, as far as, like, the tools that this format has, just a fair Knight deck just isn't very reasonable. And as these games have kind of shown, Field of the Dead really isn't that good of a payoff in this format.
I have practiced against men. I have just the trick for this. Meditate and prepare.
Yet it chews through the stone.
I mean, it's just a reminder that, like, a lot of people are bad at evaluating cards, and they look at old cards that were playable in Standard through rose-tinted glasses. That's something that's happened in the last 2 hours. No, PK Jeff. I've been here live. Gyruda combo. Maybe paying 9 mana for Gyruda is a lot of mana. Treasure Flare actually just got added back to the deck queue. I think that deck's actually very sweet. Looking forward to doing another set with that one.
I don't have time for this.
Opponent missed their scry there. Now, unfortunately, because I already have Plains and Forest, I cannot make a zombie with this. Because I have exactly 7 lands. Seven for 7. Ugh. I mean, the Treasure Flare deck is really interesting mulliganing decisions, usually. But no, it's a linear combo deck. To set a low bar, I think it's much better than something like Song combo. I don't know what Sultai Ultimatum combo refers to, so I can't compare there. It is gorgeous artwork, you're not wrong.
Slow down.
I train every day. No
Sounds good, puppy.
hone your prowess.
Man, this thing getting 2 loyalty per turn is so much. Huh? Okay, so this makes me want to wait on my Field of the Dead. Although I guess I'm gonna Scapeshift into a Ghost Quarter, so it's probably fine to just do this. Pretty bad wrong half problem here, game 1. Drawing a bunch of my interaction, and opponents playing a control deck, so these cards just don't matter. I don't really care if they saved Narset. I just wanted to not draw a card this turn.
Just wait a moment.
Think I'm keeping my castle and one of my Field of the Dead. I could technically Bojuka Bog them. Am I supposed to Bojuka Bog them? No? I think the answer is no. Well, they have a search for Azcanta in play. I think the answer is no, because I'm getting a Ghost Quarter. These Scapeshifts are just stuck together, chat. I guess bogging them here would mean they couldn't activate Azcanta to find a sweeper this turn, which means it could allow me to push for lethal. Maybe that's why it's correct to bog them. Because, like, this Azcanta here, they have enough mana to activate and shatter me, so I'm giving them 4 extra looks at shatter. They also haven't cast a shatter yet, though, right? I guess they're through 1. Yeah, if they hit shatter off of this, I feel a little silly. I don't know. I feel like they're pretty likely to have another shatter as is. Like, there are 28 cards in their deck. So, you're dead.
Mind, body, and soul must be trained in harmony.
Are we finally going to win a game with Field of the Dead? We're bound to happen eventually, right? I was wrong. Clearly, you should ban it. We've won a game.
Let thoughts flow like river rapids.
All it took was your opponent doing nothing substantial. Yep. My combo that was susceptible to my opponent having a sweeper on turn 10 was able to deal lethal. Clearly it is too strong. Please nerf Wizards of the Coast. What are you doing? What are you waiting for? How is Swift response been? It was good against Gruul aggro. We've mostly played against mid-range and control decks, though. So, Questing Beast Vivien are my extra threats against control. I'm boarding in Containment Priest 2 just as a flash bear. Feels very reasonable, Drex. One of the things, I don't know if people actually read their breakdown in the ban list article, but they said their metrics showed that 3-mana Teferi was present in over 20% of historic decks played on the ladder. So, like, it definitely wasn't just in your head. That card was everywhere. Sure. Hand's got a bunch of lands that explore. Send me up. Secluded Steppe and Tranquil Thicket we could technically cycle if we want. Dropping in to YouTube to ask how much I would have to donate to get you a time turner so you could somehow stream MTG, LOR, and 5D chess. I am going to be doing some variety segments again, Schick Thief, after the next Shoglandia Open. We are putting on a little bit of a pause until then. I think we finally got an approximate release date for the next what's it called? The next Runeterra set as well. The Runeterra set drops at the end of August, like August 20 something. It's good to have too. They're not supposed to counter ramp. There's a lot of, like, there's value to using their mana every turn. It's definitely a real thing. I definitely don't think it's as cut and dry as always do this, never do this. Yeah, like, how many other counterspells do they have, etc. I mean, Comic, it's really hard to know whether or not they made the right play with the information we have available to us. This Teferi's so good with Elspeth Conquers Death. Dilute. This is gonna be a thing in Standard in the fall for sure. I guess it's probably technically a thing in Standard right now. Like, Bant is probably still very good. Is Arboreal Grazer rotating? What set is that turn from? Is that Guilds? I don't know what that set symbol is. That card's rotating, right? War is, of course it's from War of the Spark. What other set would it be from, chat? Couldn't possibly be from any other set other than War of the Spark. How could I forget?
I know 88 ways to defeat you. Keep an open mind.
We're getting super friends to chat. There's gonna be Sarkins in their deck, right? Oh, I guess this is bad. They're gonna take 2 extra turns. Yeah, we're dead. Hey, even if I attack that, we're still pretty dead. Cyanide! Thank you for the 24 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Jonathan, thanks for the 7 months. Speaking of super friends, is Treasure Map a card we can play again? Can we play like Treasure Map 4-mana Karn decks like Scion of Urza? Is that allowed? I think that's legal. They're good choices, Cyanide. I'm glad they finally did it. You missed Kitty already. Kitty's still legal in this format. Come, join us in Historic. We have cats. Toastin, thanks for the 23 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I have been subscribed for half a Confederacy. That is quite the measurement of time. Alright, Questing Beast into Vivien Reid. Strong curve here, turns 3-4. Sideboard plan coming in hot. What is Priest counter in their deck? It flashes in at the end of their turn and then attacks for 2. This is my instant speed Grizzly Bear.
Prove your skills, and I can teach you even more. Bow to the howling winds.
Hey, thanks for the third of a year.
Let's see if you can't.
Ganon Gamer, I appreciate that. Welcome back. We got a backup Questing Beast here, I think.
You have the subtlety of rocks.
We don't technically know for sure what cards are in Amonkhet Remastered Blue, is the issue.
Learn some respect.
Sometimes restoration means retribution.
I really hope Obstructionist is an Amonkhet too. That card's one of my favorites. Again, oh, I should have gotten a Plains there. I don't have a Plains and I already had a Forest.
If you wish to surrender now, I have thoughtfulness before action.
Field of the Dead, not looking so hot. Questing Beast and Vivien, looking real good, chat. Looking good.
Balance comes.
Needed the green for Questing Beast. I don't think that's true. I believe I had Sands and Castle Garenbrig available. Mother! Prison cards, chat, prison cards. All right, so now they get to do that, and I don't have 2 zombies in play, so I don't have lethal in play. At least Vivien's alive. Questing Beast.
Shields are my shield.
One Fabled Passage, please. Bojuka Bog. Flash Bear OP, please nerf, yep. They showed us Settle the Wreckage.
Come to me.
Is 3-mana Vivien playable? I mean, she's less unplayable. Oh, I'm out of basics, right? Yeah, I'm out of basics. Questing Beast is lethal. It's fine. gonna be done with this one. Just to give a summary, I don't really think Knight of the Reliquary is a playable card in this format right now. I think the type of aggressive deck that Knight of the Reliquary has historically been playable in isn't feasible. I think Knight of the Reliquary tends to be a worse threat and worse ramp tool than other options that you could have in these Field of the Dead decks. I think even Field of the Dead in and of itself isn't necessarily a fantastic card in this format. I think both Ulamog and Ugin tend to be better ramp payoffs a lot of the time in a lot of the matchups that exist right now. Like Uro. Like, there really isn't a strong reason to play Knight over playing Uro. If maybe we get some landfall tools or something like that to put lands in the graveyard and Zendikar, we could revisit this. I think when we eventually get Retreat to Coral Helm printed into Historic via Pioneer, this is a card that's not Pioneer legal. So when Retreat to Coral Helm gets here, we can have Retreat Knight combo as a turn 3, turn 4 combo deck potentially. That could be sweet. Retreat to Coral Helm was a thing that was a combo deck in Modern for like half a second before it got pushed out by better things. So, yeah. All right, that's going to wrap up our Magic segment for the day. So, again, I'm back to doing daily Magic stuff. If you missed our first deck, we played Jeskai Feather. It's going to go up on my YouTube channel and my website later tonight. We're going to shift gears on into some Legends of Runeterra for the rest of the stream, because I do really enjoy that game. It's a lot of fun. So, we're going to go ahead and flip on over to that. If you haven't checked that out before, it is Riot's digital card game based on the League of Legends IP. It is, the economy is incredibly consumer friendly. You get to just buy the cards you want directly. The gameplay is fast and fun. Runs on mobile in addition to PC. Average price of a tier 1 deck costs about $20 to buy outright. Also has a generous free-to-play system if you're into that. What are we starting with? Frozen Darius today. Yeah. $15 bought my first deck, which was Fizz Twisted Fate. Sweet. Mobilytics updated their site, and I don't know how to find my decks. Is it Deck Library? I think Mobilytics is bugged. Alright, there's just my decks. Alright, let's export this one. Tweet that we're shifting gears. Alright, Mobilytics appears to be having issues at the moment. Oh, maybe? Oh, are we back? I had to log out and log back in. Alright. I tried the Lux Thresh deck earlier today and had an Invincible leveled Thresh and level 2 Luxes. That's great. Hey, Covern, thanks for the 22 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back.